Welcome to Mature Living. I'm Mary Yanez, Director of the Senior Adult Program at the El Paso Community College. And as you know, this Mature Living show has been on the air for 32 years or so. I mean, we're still bringing you interesting guests and programs and things that families, entire families could get involved with and volunteering. But one of the really important things that are coming up in November is Veterans Day, celebrating Veterans Day, but there's lots of projects that you can do throughout the year. So we've invited Mr. Noel Brown. He's Noel Brown Sr., and he's the secretary to the organization Old Glory Memorial. He's also involved with, and he'll probably tell us all the different organizations he's involved with. Thank you for being with us. And as part of our introduction, you get to share, you're the secretary of
it's El Paso, Texas, Flags Across America is the organization, and we support Old Glory Memorial.
Very good,
and
very
we think
good.
that Old Glory Memorial there's nothing else like it in El Paso. And we call it a precious jewel in El Paso.
A precious jewel in El Paso.
Yes, ma'am.
The Old Glory Memorial. And I'm sure you were involved in your volunteer work. How long have you been volunteering for the veterans?
I have been volunteering there for about 20 years, since the first time we put a flagpole up in 2003.
Wow, that's amazing. Well, thank you for your good work and your consistency, I guess you could say, because I know people come and go.
Yes, they do.
People come and go. Tell us a little bit about what it is that El Paso, Texas, Flags Across America does.
Well, our primary purpose is to promote the respect for the flag, educate the public, and everything with that new public respect for the United States flag.
Yes. Were you a veteran also? And you served in the military?
Yeah, I served in the military for 27 years. And so I'm still serving, if you will.
Yes.
And so what we have there is a 186 feet flagpole now. We had to replace one. It became unsafe about now year 2020, and so we end up having to raise the funds to buy a new one, which is up now, and they make it 6 feet taller than the original flagpole.
Wow. How many members are in your organization, and who are the leaders, the leadership?
Well, we have about 73 members currently. Our president is vice president. We don't have a president right now, but vice president is Dan Webb, and our treasurer is Letty West, and of course I'm the treasurer. And then we have a number of other people in marketing, which is Donna Juarez, and we have engineering, which is Don Kendall. So we have a number of people in that area to provide various areas of expertise.
Yes. Do you do fundraising events? Do you have anything coming up, or?
We have the next event. We have several events throughout the year.
Yes.
And that starts off, actually, we participate in a Northeast Easter Parade.
Okay.
Then we have an event on Memorial Day. We do the Flag Day in June, which is the birthday of the Army. And we have flags up for 4th of July, but we don't have any events. So our next big event, which we just recently completed, was 9/11, which is a major event. And now our biggest event of the year is Veterans Day, and that's coming up on the 10th of November is our parade, and the parade is in Northeast El Paso.
Yes.
We have it on Veterans Day, which is the 11th, but the city has theirs on the Saturday, so we really can't compete with them. Okay. And so our parade starts down on corner of Gateway North and at the National Guard Armory.
Yes.
At Hondo Pass and Gateway North. And it goes east a little bit and then up to Holla, through the neighborhoods on up into Diana Drive, turns left again at Diana Drive, on up to the flag site.
And anybody can call you, you join in if they want to celebrate with you. pretty well organized, I'm sure. You know, you've done it how many years?
It has to be. There'll be more material coming out on it for volunteers, more volunteers. I always need a lot of volunteers for parade. And to participate in a parade as well. And those are coming out. And last year we had about 100 entries.
Oh my gosh.
So it's a fairly long parade. And then after the parade, there's a raising of the flag and a ceremonies at the flagpole with the color guard, guest speakers, the national anthem, and ends up the end of it with taps at the end. So it's a fairly nice. It is a nice one. We have at various times we have different people that post the colors. Sometimes Fort Bliss, sometimes the 82nd Airborne. Has been William Beaumont Army Medical Center, have done a great job for us too lately, and even the Elks Club has been up there participating in flag ceremonies.
Very good. You know, sometimes we have events and we want to present the colors, and we're looking for organizations that have, you know, veterans that could do that, you know.
Yes, and that's each one of those, of course, that I mentioned do it very well.
Very good. So we can always call you. You're going to be our the go-to man that we can go to that. So where does your organization meet?
We have a building there at 9550 Gateway North that we was able to put up about 2016, and we have meetings once a month. Is a general meeting which occurs. In fact, today is the fourth Tuesday of every month we meet with membership and to plan events and get the volunteers to try to fill up all the slots.
Yes, very good. You know, I've always wondered, my flag that I put up on 4th of July and Veterans Day and all the special occasions, Memorial Day, it's got tagged. It's gotten old. Is there a special way we need to dispose of that flag?
Well, I have a flagpole in my yard, and I keep the flag up also 24/7. But it needs to be lighted at nighttime.
It's got to be lit.
So I have a solar lamp up there, and it lights the flag at nighttime. Likewise, at the flag site, we have 4 big lights that light up the flagpole.
It can't be in the dark.
In the dark, right?
Cannot
Always
be in
lighted.
the dark.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's got to be lit. And so, if we want to get a new flag, how do we take that flag to the fire department, and they know how to dispose of it properly?
We have a disposal building just outside of our main building. It's a little small building, and people can just drive up and put their flag into that box, and then we get them taken care of. That has been somewhat of a problem in the last year because of limited times that you've been able to burn.
They have to be burned.
Yeah, so
you can't just throw them in the trash.
No, and we don't burn them there. We have a special ceremony usually down at the American Legion.
Oh, very good. Wow, this is amazing. And you know, everything that we have to learn about Old Glory, right?
Yes, there's a lot of ins and outs to protocols and how to handle the flag and part of that respect for the flag.
I love that it's a precious treasure. The monument, the memorial, it's a huge flag.
Precious jewel. We wouldn't survive without volunteers. The unique thing about Old Glory Memorial is it has been built over the last 20 years by donations, for people actually working, volunteers, business people, contractors that come in and done work. There has been no tax dollars.
Okay.
And this is, I mean, when you look at it, it's a large project. When we started out with it, actually it was 2001 when a agreement was made with the community college, because it is community college property.
Wonderful.
Yes.
It's good to know. I didn't know that.
Yes. And to erect the flagpole.
Yes.
And then it started from there. At that time, you couldn't even get up to that area. It was very steep, fairly steep, the foothills actually of the Franklins. And so we had to bump the curb on Kenworthy and drive up through the desert to where they put that first flagpole in. And so we have built that area up, probably 10 feet probably of dirt. We had the opportunities, unusual opportunities, because there was two major construction jobs that occurred in El Paso. One of them was putting in a new sewer system, and actually went right down Kenworthy all the way to the treatment plant over on Railroad. And we saw them digging in and said, "Where you guys going to put all this dirt?" I said, "Well, you got a place?" "Yeah, we got it."
Oh, wonderful.
So they come in and they dumped, and I'm going to say they dumped. There was dirt. They brought in a bulldozer, they brought in a grader, and I'm sure it saved that contractor a lot of money because he didn't have to move the dirt very far. And a time I was out there directing these dump trucks, and they drivers get a little wild backing up them trucks, and you really have to. They're supposed to keep you in the mirror, but they don't necessarily do that. So you got to dodge that truck. Okay, dump that dirt.
Oh my gosh, this is part of that history, that building this memorial.
Yeah,
this
trying
wonderful.
to get. In that time too, we had a lot of, because there was a lot of activity going on, and we didn't have anything there except that flagpole.
Yes.
And then, of course, over the years, slowly, vegetation, trees were donated, benches. People bought. It was a fundraiser to build a bench and put your name on it. And then
Yes.
we had some semi-trailers up there. We kept our tools and equipment in, and an old trailer one time for a meeting place. And then, of course, those slowly disappeared as we got enough funds. We did a lot of fundraisers to generate the income to be able to build those up. We don't do anything on credit. If we can't pay for it, it don't get done.
Well, you've done a great job. You and your committee, your wonderful members, and we certainly wish you the best. We want to get over there and check it out. There's a lot of duties that have to clean up, and the wind blows and brings whatever trash. And
we have monuments starting off with the First World War and Second World War.
It's so interesting. I'm going to have to get over there, and I'm sure that our viewers, we sparked up a little bit of interest so that they can go. But we're almost out of time. But I do want to, if they want more information, can they call you? Can you give your phone number?
Yeah, 915-588-4227.
Great.
But I would say a walk around the Old Glory Memorial is a history in itself.
Yes.
We have a big circle around the flagpole, and on special days we have all 50 state flags up. Each one of those places where the flag is, it gives the name of the state, the year it came into the Union, and their logo. And then in addition to that, we have the 7 service flags, same thing around those. And then at the beginning, right beside our staging area, is the 6 territorial flags that we have. So it's and then to walk around, and if you take time to read that, you're going to spend a couple hours there just taking it all in.
It's a great time to take the family over there in November, especially around Veterans Day.
Be well worth your time. And families like to take there because their kids get their picture taken by the Statue of Liberty.
Oh, very good. Well, thank you so much. We've been talking with Noel Brown, Sr., who is with the El Paso Flags Across Texas organization. And we'll be back with more guests.
Next month I'll be 9.
I'm going to the big game.
I'm getting married soon.
But sadly, they may never see these milestones. At least one person has died every single day on Texas roads since 2000. Every day.
A child.
A parent
A spouse.
doesn't come home. When you drive today, stay focused, obey laws, drive responsibly, end the streak of daily deaths.
You can do it, Texas. Let's end the streak.
Well, thank you for staying with us here on Mature Living. To finish out this show, I just want to tell you that recently we celebrated Grandparents' Day, and it's celebrated nationally every year, the second weekend of September, which is the weekend after Labor Day. And I want you all to remember, because we want to celebrate it as vigorously, as energetically as we do Mother's Day and Father's Day. And in El Paso Community College, through our senior adult program, we selected our first couple, grandparents of the year. And so I want to reintroduce you to Molina Cano and Mario Cano, a wonderful couple that have been married many, many years. Many successful years.
Many.
And they're partners in crime.
Yes.
Partners in the arts. Maybe that would be
true.
better. So, we'll talk a little bit to you, Malena, in a little bit, because you're just part of our senior adult program family, but actually you're part of the college family, because you've been serving and being involved with the college since 1974. But when did you all meet? How did you all meet, Mario?
I was 16, he was 17, and he was the best friend of a cousin of mine.
Uh-huh.
And I used to go visit the family in Juarez, and that's where I met him. About 2 weeks later, he invited me to a wedding,
Uh-huh.
and I went with him, and ever since.
And I'm wondering what he thought.
Well, my friend growing up is her cousin.
Uh-huh.
So that's how we met, because I was at the house and I saw her, and I could see that she was somebody very special.
Okay.
She was a junior at Laredo Academy, and then she was 16 and I was 17.
Very nice.
And we've been together ever since.
Oh, your first boyfriend. Very, very good.
Mine too.
Yes, and yours too.
Yeah, right.
First girlfriend.
I don't believe
We
that.
don't want to get into it. But anyway, let's talk. How many children did you
We
have?
have 3 girls,
Uh-huh.
and of those girls, I'm very proud of them. One has a doctorate, another one has a master's, and the other one is running a huge company, an insurance company.
Very good.
And she was involved with you a little.
Yes. Alma and
Raquel and Mirna.
Mirna. Beautiful daughters. And of course, from there comes grandchildren.
Grandchildren.
Yes, we have 5 boys and 2 girls. No, actually 6,
Uh-huh.
because we have one adopted
Very
from
beautiful.
another marriage
Yes.
from my daughter's side. So that's 6 boys and 2 girls. 2 great
Grandchildren.
kids. No, I'm
Great
sorry,
grand.
4.
Oh my gosh.
2 from Fabian,
Mhm.
and 2 from one from a girl, and another one that
Very
lives in
nice.
Arizona.
Yeah.
So that's 4.
Okay. So there's been lots of growth in the
yes.
family. Malena, we want to get into your career, because I think that's where Mario and you have worked so hard as partners in your career. And, he was always there
Yes, he
beside
was.
you. And, what if you would have had a husband that didn't let you?
Well, I wasn't going to accept let.
You
So I just did it.
and then
didn't
you
ask.
said, I didn't ask.
I didn't ask. I just did it.
Very good. We've got beautiful awards. This particular one with the that is in the middle there is a picture that you took
In
Hawaii.
In Hawaii,
Right.
in one of our anniversaries. I'm not saying how many.
Yeah,
And the whole family went there.
that's beautiful. I see this one here. This one is as a super senior for our senior adult program,
Yay.
2011. Yes, I see Homenaje a la Mujer Hispana in the year 2000. This one's a Juarez.
From Juarez,
Juarez.
a recognition for the best ranchero singer in Juarez.
The best ranchero singer in Juarez. Beautiful.
That's the McDonald's Hispanos Triunfadores.
Yes, the Hispanos Triunfadores Award, beautiful award, and several others. The rock and roll one, because you were a singer in a trio when you
Right.
first got started. And with the college, 1974.
Yes, there was a folklorico class, and I was involved. She asked me if I could help her. And
Sylvia
Camañas. And then I was at Dr. de los Santos asked if I would be interested in going to Washington, and we did with El Paso Community College mariachi.
With Elias.
With Elias, God rest his soul.
Yes.
And he was very strict.
Music instructor at the college.
So I traveled, the
Mariachi.
only girl with
Oh.
7 mariachis and my hubby.
Wonderful.
Yes, and of course, back in those days, I'm not really sure if it was 74 or 76 when they inaugurated the breakdown ceremonies for Valle Verde.
Oh, yes.
And that's
groundbreaking.
Elias, a mariachi from the community college, and Molina were there at that time. I think it was 76 or I'm not sure. I don't know.
There's so many years that have passed and so many events. When did you get started doing plays? That's another one. 1979, I think.
1979 was the first play I
¿Quién es quién?
¿Quién es quién?
What was
It
that?
was a reversal role play, and it was hilarious. It was written by Mr. Carlos Ayub, a great friend of ours. And then from then, he got the script for my fat friend, and I became
Mi amiga la gorda.
Yes.
Oh, yes.
My fat friend.
And so he had a costume made in Hollywood, and I still have it.
The
He
blowing
doesn't
up.
want
The
it
blown
back.
up.
Yes. He doesn't want it back. Actually, it came in 2 because the play says that I lose 80 pounds.
Okay, yeah.
And he wants me to lose 20 more.
Oh, my God.
So I had 2 different costumes. And it was hilarious. We did it for 33 years.
Amazing. And what role did you take with all the plays and everything?
Mostly it was scenery.
Scenery.
And then, of course, after that, it was my backstage director.
Yes.
For, sound, lights, and everything that goes on the
props and
during
all
the
that.
play. So I was a backstage director for it.
You couldn't have done it without him, I guess you could say.
I wouldn't have wanted to do it without him.
Oh my gosh, that's so good. You have a history also with the chamizal.
Oh, yes.
Tell me about that.
When chamizal started, they had the very first Border Folk Festival. And I sang in that, and I sang at the Border Folk Festival for about 7 years.
Oh my gosh.
And then we started doing plays at chamizal. That's 79. And then I had an itch that I wanted to do a musical about Mexico.
The history of Mexico.
The history of Mexico, but I wanted it to be acting and dancing and everything. So Magda Garcia, a good friend of mine, we got together and did some research. And so everything we put on in the play is historical. And we did it, well, she passed away in 2007, and I continued it.
And what was it titled?
Viva Mexico.
Viva Mexico.
Yeah,
oh, I'm sure there's a lot of our viewers that probably went to the chamizal to see Viva Mexico.
We had capacity crowds every year, for 3 days, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday shows. And we had scenery, we had actors, we had musicians, we had dancers, live music. So altogether, we had at least between 60 and 80 actors
and singers
for the show.
I had to direct all those people.
Amazing. Where did we get the energy, right? How did you do it all?
I used to have a lot of energy. Not anymore.
So we got some time left, but those were your early concerts in 1992 through 2015. Viva Mexico, plays. what do you think about all that you've accomplished together as a couple, but then, working in Malena's career, your travels?
My biggest triumph that I call is Viva Mexico, because I wanted to do it in a way that we involve children. We had newborns, and I wanted the children to see something that it's in the past. And that was my main concern. I wanted to teach children.
Yes, about the history of Mexico.
Yes.
And Hispanic heritage.
Right.
It's so important right now
Right.
that we're celebrating Hispanic heritage.
Of course, we started back in 1994.
Yes.
And back then, we used to celebrate the Hispanic September's Hispanic month, but not as big as it is right now.
Yes.
Everything is has developed into a bigger celebration.
What music was your favorite? Because you sing what kind of music?
I've sung with all sorts of groups. I started with, it was a combo, and their names were the Rubies.
The Rubies?
So the director named me La Perla.
Was it like a trio?
No,
No,
it
it's a
was
combo.
a combo. There were 4 of them.
Oh my God.
We used to do dances, weddings,
Uh-huh.
all sorts of stuff.
And they named you, who named you La Perla?
But Eugene Anchondo.
Eugene Anchondo, who was also an instructor with our program
we
at
call
one
him
time.
Yao.
Yao.
And
We
Yao.
used to call him Yao.
Everybody had a nickname in those days, Yao. And you were La Perla.
Yeah.
Yes.
There's still some people that think my name is Perla.
Oh, yeah. And then, of course, mariachi.
Oh,
Rancheras.
but that's my passion.
Yeah.
My passion is singing with a mariachi.
Yes, and what I recall from all the performances that you've done for us, for our senior adult program, for grandparents, for seniors, we pack them 400 or 500 in an auditorium, is those songs you talk about the man or whatever, it's just kind of really neat songs that you choose to.
Yeah,
What are some of your favorites?
I'm a people performer.
Uh-huh.
The more people I see, I want to motivate them.
And you connect with them.
I connect with them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We even laugh at the mistakes.
When she was recording in the studio, she used to have a lot of trouble because she said, I can't get motivated. Because I need the people.
I need my
she's-
people.
You need the audience.
She needs an audience.
It needs an audience.
And we had a little bit of problem. Re-record and re-record again. And
So
He
as
was
a
kinda-
result of that, I started recording my concerts live.
Yes.
And I have 12 CDs of concerts.
You have 12 CDs of concerts. And are you on YouTube as well?
Oh yes, please watch YouTube.
Where can we visit you on YouTube?
Just put Molina Cano, and I have 83 videos on YouTube.
Awesome.
imagine.
And we find you by Molina Cano.
Just Molina
Now,
Cano.
I have to check those out myself because I don't think I've seen all of them. It's been a pleasure knowing you and working with you, and we're going to continue working with you and celebrating you all as a
Yes.
couple.
Well,
in the
of
arts.
course, I need to let you know that we're very fortunate that you have chosen us to be, grandparents of the year. And actually, we like to work for Paso Community College because it's a connection between us and the public and the people.
Absolutely.
And
I'd like
it's
to
been
thank you for that.
It's been an honor working with you. Mary Yanez, I love you.
Love you too. Well, you have a great legacy, and it's so also good to have you on Mature Living. I hope it's not the last time either.
Of
And
course not.
we're running out of time. They say wrap it up, and we'll see you all next week, okay? Thank you.